We're here at Complexions on Wolf Road, and we all know this bitter cold weather can be so harsh on our skin. So of course we decided to speak with an expert, esthetician Denise Dubois, here with me at Complexions. She's going to give me my first ever facial, tell me what my skin needs, explain to me how to better take care of my skin, especially in this weather, and show us the process.
Facial treatments are really the foundation of an age management skincare program, whether you're doing injectables or, advanced laser therapies. A foundation of good skincare and maintenance facials is actually such an important part of really keeping it all together. We like to start with a really thorough consultation, and included with that, we take some 3D medical imaging pictures of your skin. Now it's going to do the analysis, and it's looking for pigmentation, vascular health of the vessels below the surface of the skin. It's telling us sun damage, the dehydration lines.
Oh, wow.
This is common this time of year. This is showing us dehydration. So your skin is lacking some moisture. So today's facial that we're going to be doing on you, my goal was to really push a lot of moisture into your skin.
Awesome.
So the facial that we will do will help to restore a lot of that dehydration. And this time of year, the heater's on inside, and the cold air outside, it just really robs that skin barrier of all the moisture. So now this is telling us the brown spots, the UV damage. Sunscreen is really one of the most important steps in a skincare regimen, absolutely, because the sun, those UV rays, they penetrate into the dermal layers of the skin, and they trigger the melanocytes to produce brown pigment to protect your skin from those harmful rays. What this is telling us is the area where you could benefit from is really focusing on that hydration, and that's what we're going to do today. Yay. So let's get started.
All right, awesome. I have changed into the robe. Now is the part where we kind of get in the mood, right? The relaxing mood. We have some tea here.
Mm-hmm. And beautiful. This is a really important part of the spa experience. We have an Ayurvedic, this is our signature tea. It's an Ayurvedic blend that really helps to relax your nervous system. It helps to reduce cortisol in the body. And, rather than just coming in quickly and changing in the room for a facial, or a massage, you want to sit in our relaxation area and let your body turn off, the outside world and start the relaxation process, because we're always in such a rush and that fight or flight. That's what increases cortisol in the body, and that actually is what leads to autoimmune conditions and even some problems with our skin. So yes, you can relax and take a moment. Now I always like to take another look at your skin, before we start the facial treatment. We're going to do a double cleanse today. First, we're going to use an oil cleanser that really helps to emulsify any makeup, that you have on your face. It breaks it all down really nicely. So we apply the oil cleanser first to dry skin, and then we're going to moisten and emulsify the oil cleanser.
Said 1984 you've been doing this, so why is it so important for you to help women, people, not just women, but people with their skincare and protecting their skin?
It's really interesting. I do really love the science behind skincare, and I love to educate women, actually anyone, about skin health, because we really have so much control over how our skin ages. Everyday lifestyle choices have a significant impact, on healthy aging. And I think, as I've aged also, and my knowledge has grown, I love to work with, younger women and help them anticipate, and do preventative skincare, so it helps keep their skin, preserves the health of their skin for a longer period.
When people come in, do you find that a lot of times they are using the wrong products for their skin?
I think that it's important to keep things simple, and I find that when people understand the why behind the different steps, instead of talking about a specific skincare brand, I like to talk about the critical steps you know, that are important and why. So now I'm going in with our second cleanser. This is a gentle cleansing milk that has a little bit of AHA in it. It has lactose. So you might even feel a little tingling when we apply this.
Ooh, yeah, it feels good.
So this helps to loosen the bond that holds dead skin cells to the surface.
How important is it to remove your makeup every night before you go to bed?
Oh gosh, that's like so important. Not only because makeup is just going to congest, you know, your pores and such, but air pollution, you know, it causes free radical damage. So you want to get all of those particles and off of the face. If you want to have glowing, beautiful skin, you've got to take your makeup off. So now we're going to do dermaplaning, which is a very gentle, we're using a scalpel blade. Ooh. And what this does is it's going to remove even more dead skin cells. So we're doing a nice amount of exfoliation in this facial for you.
What would you say to somebody that feels like, you know, uncomfortable or nervous about coming in? I mean, you make me feel very comfortable, but, you know, what would your advice be to someone that just puts it off?
I think I can speak on behalf of aestheticians that it brings us great joy to help someone with their skin and to get it into good condition. So if someone has some skin challenges and they come in and trust one of the aestheticians to help guide them, you know, on a skincare regimen, I mean, there's no reason to be embarrassed. I mean, that's what we went to school for. We have a passion for helping others. And when you look good, you feel good, raises people's confidence when their skin is glowing. Now this may tingle a little bit. This is an enzyme. So we're still doing some exfoliation here with you. So now we're introducing some steam. And the steam, you know, helps activate the enzyme even more.
Why is steam good?
The heat does help to, you know, soften up the sebum. Sebum is oil that's lodged in the pores. Does that feel comfortable?
Yeah, it feels good.
Now we're just gonna, this is just a little toner.
And what is that gonna do?
That's just a nice hydrating mist. So now this is the relaxation massage.
How often do you recommend people get facials?
Highly recommend every 4 weeks because we get a buildup of dead skin cells that accumulate. So it takes about 28 days to 32. That process actually slows down as we get older. So to keep the skin looking fresh, exfoliated and hydrated, I highly recommend every 4 weeks. After the age of 30, 20, you and I were talking about how we lose about 1% of our collagen every year. So in your 20s, you want to be preserving that collagen layer. So introducing a vitamin C product, that's an antioxidant that helps to neutralize free radical damage. And a really good example of this is that when you bite an apple and you put it on the counter and it starts to turn yellow, that's oxidative stress. That's an example of, you know, how our skin ages. If you were to put some vitamin C on that apple, it wouldn't turn yellow. And there you are. You are now
Oh my goodness.
done. You had your first facial.
I can't believe it.
And you survived.
We're here with Denise Dubois. Thanks so much for being here on the third hour. That was such a fun experience for me. I learned so much, even just sitting here watching that segment. Chris and I are like, we learned so much. So thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I enjoyed doing your facial just as much as you enjoyed having it.
it was a good time.
You know, one thing about your spa, your locations, and I told you this while I was getting the facial, I was sitting in the relaxation area drinking my tea, and somebody else, another customer or another client that was there said to me, what I like about this spa is that it's not just what's on the surface. It really is on the inside out, right? And that's really what you focus on.
Well, you know, it's interesting that someone said that to you, because we do really emphasize the importance of coming into the spa and changing into your robe and slippers, taking a moment to have the cup of tea, because your treatment really begins in the relaxation lounge. You know, when you transition from the outside world, busy life, to the relaxation lounge, you're actually turning off your stress hormones, and that's truly, you know, we all function in that fight or flight, and this is an opportunity for you to start the self-care by de-stressing.
Right.
I always thought that, you know, the more you sweat and you leave that on your skin, the worse it can be for your skin. But knowing you as I do now and talking with you about the harmful effects of winter on your skin as well, as we transition into spring, are there things people should be doing differently as the weather gets a little bit warmer?
Yes, well, you know, that's a very good point, because your skin does change with the changing climates, and things that, you know, your dryness is going to probably start to decrease, so you may not need to use those hydrating booster serums or the heavier moisturizers to replace moisture. So that may change as you're moving into the summer. And then in the summer, you're going to need things that help to break down the excess oil and remove those ingredients like the sunscreens and, you know, that sort of thing. So every season, you're going to be changing your regimen, and your professional treatment is going to change also.
Right. One thing we weren't able to like fit into the story was after the facial, we sat down on the couch together. We went over the results, just kind of recapped everything, and you gave me a breakdown of what I need to be using for my skin.
Yes.
So because it's not just the treatments, right? It's the at-home care as well.
So you think of your professional facials as your foundational skincare, right? They're really at the core of whatever professional treatment you do, whether it's something like microneedling or, you know, simply your foundational facial treatments. But your home care, everything that you do twice a day is going to support the professional treatments, and the better your skin condition is, the better, by doing your home care, the better your professional treatment outcome is going to be. So it's really a partnership between what you do at home coupled with your professional treatment.
So the facial isn't just to catch up on the last 4 weeks of neglect.
No,
Exactly.
exactly.
Okay. All right.
Your facial, think of your facial treatments. You know, facials are thought of as just a pampering indulgent, right? But really, they take things a step further from what you can do at home with just simply home care. We can use, you know, hydroxy acids that are stronger than what you do at home. We prepare your skin for the skin extractions. We do facial massage, which increases circulation and helps with lymph drainage. So a professional facial treatment is really the foundation, and then the home care is your maintenance.
Right.
Complexions.com, 2 locations, downtown Saratoga and Wolf Road as well. And Denise has her own full line of skincare products. Check those out as well the next time you step in. Somebody who practices what they preach. Denise
Absolutely. You can tell by how gorgeous she is. That's the first thing I said to you when I met you. Remember, I was like, you're gorgeous. And you said,
thank you.
Well, I better practice what I preach, right?
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Denise, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Denise.
Oh, it's really my pleasure.
We'll be right back.